All right, y'all. I'm going to give it a minute before people hop in the live stream. If anybody hops on, um, I was at the office, went to go check on the guys that were doing a seal coating job on the north side of town. And as I was out running errands, I went to go look at my phone, and I seen people talking about yours truly on Facebook. And not too long ago, I made a community post and then asked everybody if they wanted me to cover some Facebook parking lot striping information content, whatever the case may be. What's up, bro? I appreciate you for hopping up on the live. And with that being said, I started posting some parking lot striping content, reading it on Facebook. And now, I mean, ever since I did that, I'm starting to see more and more people getting on the parking lot striping Facebook groups, talking about me. And I'm not going to lie, y'all, I think it's hilarious. I mean, in some of these posts, the Facebook comment sections are hilarious. And that's what we're going to cover in this video. Two people made some Facebook posts, and they made some Facebook posts as they always do. You know what I mean? Asking about me and stuff like that. And you know how people are. They give their opinion and all that stuff. And so in this video, I'm going to give you guys a treat because we're going to read the last couple of Facebook posts about yours truly and see what they say. You know, what do they got to say about Chris? Because to be honest with you guys, I find it funny. I find it funny that people get so upset in these comment sections. And honestly, it really brightens my day. Now, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up and we can go to two posts that I've seen of people asking about me. And a lot of times, let me say this before I pull up the Facebook post, you know, where they're talking about yours truly. Y'all, I know y'all see me from the internet world and all that stuff, and that stuff's cool. But you know, people are always going to say things about you and they don't even know you, and they build preconceived notions about who you are, what you do, and what type of person you are before they've ever even met you. And a lot of times, and I've experienced this a lot, especially if you post content on the internet, you might as well get ready for it. People are going to say negative things about you, and it's cool. It really doesn't bother me, bro. People say negative things about me all of the time, and it really doesn't bother me. I find it funny because, you know, people sitting around hating on me, talking about me. I mean, in all reality, it's like there's people going through their day thinking about me. And if you're going through your day thinking about me, I just want to let you know that I'm glad that you're operating in your day, sitting around thinking about me and wondering what I'm doing. And that's why I want to make this video. I want to make this video because we're going to cover some questions and some statements that people say about me. And maybe you can find it beneficial. And I will say this before we get into it. You know, we go to these, and like I was saying, I have people that say negative things about me all the time. You know, they run me down and all this stuff, and you know what I mean, and just talk on the internet and phone and all that stuff. But then, like when we go, and this is what's so funny about it, they'll run me down on a keyboard and on the, you know, on the phone and all that stuff. But you know what's funny is when I go to these pavement events, you know, when I walk up in these pavement events and I walk in and I'm just, you know, walking around, I'm recording videos, those same people who act crazy and, you know, those same people that act crazy and just talk when you see them in person, they're never the same exact way. So I'm the same exact way no matter where you see me at. If you walk in our office and you walk in and see me, I'm the same exact way. If I go out to in Pavex, when y'all see in Pavex this year, down in Louisiana, if y'all go to Pavex, I'm the same exact way. And I always find it funny whenever people run me down on keyboard and like these striping groups. But then when they see me in person, it's not the same. Like, it's not the same. It's they say, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" Hi. And with that being said, y'all, that's what I mean. Like, let me say this, that people are going to talk bad about you. They're going to say negative things about you. They're going to talk bad about you, and they're going to build opinions about you without ever even knowing you. And some of the things that people say is just foolishness because it's not true. With that being said, let me pull up the first one. I got a good one for you guys because two posts with people, talking about yours truly. And we're going to see if it's true. And then also, if you're hopping in the live stream and, hop in the live stream, tell me what you think. And I'll read your comments here later on. We might get into a Q&A later on in the live. It depends on who's popping in. So let's go to the line striping group first. And both of these popped up twice in a day. And again, just post your comments down in the comment section and we'll get to them. I'm gonna cover the Facebook material first. And then I'll read your questions and maybe we'll do a Q&A. It just depends on how many people hop in. So let me let me share my screen. Let's do the first one. All right. Here we go. All righty, y'all. Here it is. Here is how the post went. So here it is right here. We have Miss Sherry. And she says, in your honest opinion, who is more beneficial, Billy Davidson or Chris the striping guy? Looking to go through some classes. I guess to clear some things up, my son has been working for a striping company for the last 2 years. He's under 25 and asked that I go into business with him as a backer. I don't want to half something, so I would rather research out of it, research a lot of something and see if there's anything, see if the need is out there, not just to pacify my son, but to actually make sure the business has the tools and knowledge to succeed. The grunt work and eagerness to succeed is there. Well, let me first answer her question before I get too far into the comments, because I know that you guys are interested in the comments. All right. Now, let me say this. If you've worked for a company, it doesn't matter. Let me say this straight up. It don't matter if you've worked for your own company for 20 years or if you've worked your company for 2 years. All right. I'm on my 3rd season and I got guys seal coating. I mean, we get here in the morning, I line them up for the day, and then they go out. And I haven't been doing it for 20 years. And I always find it funny. Well, we'll get into that. We'll get all into that. I don't want to go too far. So here's the thing. If he's been already striping and working for someone else for a couple of years, he's got everything he needs. He's got everything he needs in order to go out and perform the job. Here's my recommendation. All right. Because I know that the haters, see what the haters will do is they'll watch my videos and then implement the free material that I give away and then hate on me in these little goofy comment sections in these chats. They'll watch the videos. They'll take the information down. They'll even utilize it and then turn around and hate on me in these chats, which is cool. It's all right. That's just the kind of people that they are. Not a big deal. So there's my recommendation. All right. If you already know how to paint, painting parking lots is not hard, y'all. Straight up. Parking lot striping is not hard. But let me say this, that the hard part is not striping. The hard part is consistently striping. All right. That's the hard part. Now, what do I mean by that? The hard part is not striping. The hard part is consistently striping, because it's not hard to go out there and paint a parking lot. Anybody can learn how to do it. You can learn how to do it from a training course. You can come out for in-person training. Highly recommend that. But anybody can do it. It's not difficult. But to do it on a consistent basis full time, that is the hard part. If the guy already has 2 years of experience, if he's already got 2 years of experience in the field, he knows how to stripe. Probably better than most, probably better than me. I mean, I'm not going to lie, y'all. I don't try to, set myself up as like the best. I really don't. I mean, I'm okay. I'm pretty good, but I mean, I'm more of a marketing guy than, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is that anybody can learn how to stripe. The hard part is consistently getting customers, point blank, period. And so I don't care if you've been doing it for 2 years or 20 years. That's the hard part. All right. And so then the first part of her question, though, was who's more beneficial to learn from, Billy Davidson or Chris? Here's a great idea. Go to Billy. Go to Billy or go, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't get all bent out of shape. I mean, it just is what it is. Can I teach people how to paint a parking lot? Heck, yeah, I can teach you how to stripe real quick. But, and I can also teach you how to not work for somebody else for 20 years. And so, anyways, blah, 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 blah. I just wanted to cover the gist of the comments. All right. And then kind of just address her question. Now let's read some of the comments. This is the good stuff right here. He says, I seen this today on the Facebook group. I know. I hear you, bro. They're haters, bro. They can't help it. They can't help it but to sit around and negatively talk about that, bro. They can't help it. It's like, so, I gotta bring it up. You know what I mean? They're just haters, bro. They can't help it. It's just like some people have it in them that they don't feel good about themselves unless they're talking about other people. And if you're one of the people that's watching this and you got to cut down other people just to make yourself feel better, then you got a lot more internal issues than whether or not, you're pricing jobs wrong on a Facebook group. So let's get back into it, because I don't want to derail. And so Bill says, hang on one second. All right, let's get into the comments. And y'all, if you're just hopping in the live stream, I got to address the haters. They hop up in these chats and run down yours truly. But, when they see me in person, it's never the same. I know it's never the same. Anyway, so, but if you post any questions, comments and all that stuff, and then later on in the live, we'll get to it if you're still here. And so here we go. He says, in my opinion, go work for a striping company. Well, that's great. Well, luckily, if that's what she did, or that's what her son did. Learn what it takes to do the job. Learn whether or not you like the work. And when you get home, figure out what you would build for the jobs you did. Account for all the materials that everyone used that day. Look at what's in your schedule for tomorrow. Figure out what you will need to gather it up. Look at the weather forecast for the 100th time. All while telling the family, just let me do one more thing, then realizing it's late, that you have to get up and go to bed for the work in the morning. He says, not everyone is meant to be a business owner. It's a lifestyle, not a job. Just because you read the books, did the labs, got the piece of paper saying you're qualified to do something doesn't mean you can and will like doing it. It's what they don't tell you that will break you. What works for one person doesn't work for another. Save yourself some money and make some at the same time. Go work for someone else and learn. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's really, really good advice. Go work for someone else and learn. I mean, I don't understand why. I don't understand like the mentality. I don't understand the mentality of people. I don't get it. I don't understand why it's wrong. I mean, like when you start your business, how long should it be before you get out of the field, replace yourself, and then people do the work for you? And you know what I mean? I'm reading the comment and I'm thinking, you know, the whole reason why we start doing stuff like this is to be able to spend more time with your relatives and not just, oh, hey, you know, it's late. I got to go to bed. I got to get up. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that we build something to have more time to spend with the people that we love. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's okay. But anyway, so he says, they always tend to gloss over the sometimes brutally long mandatory nights, weekends, and holidays to get these businesses off the ground. I slept on the floor of my box truck more times than I want to remember in the early days. Like nobody, and when people make comments like this, nobody's saying that this isn't going to be hard. Like I've never one time said that it's extremely easy, right? No, yeah, of course it's going to be hard, y'all. Of course it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. You're going to have hard days. You're going to work. You know what I mean? You're going to work late at night. Like, I just don't understand why people make these comments, because it's just talking at this point. I've never said that it's easy. That you're going to have, I might've said that it's easy. I've never said that you're not going to have hard times. I've just never said that. But after you get started, man, it's easy. And then he says, yep, no one tells you how many PB&J sandwiches you have to eat before you can afford a burger for lunch. I mean, I don't know. That's just not my experience. We go out and eat every day. I mean, we go out and eat every single day. I don't know, bro. It's just like, I don't see where this is coming from. Like, I just haven't had this experience. Like, we stay busy. You know, I take the crew out almost every day. We go out and eat, you know, at good places too. I don't know. I guess I haven't had that experience. But I have went through difficult experiences. So, but I'm not discounting that. So Cam Roberts, Stripe It Like It's Hot podcast. Yeah, you should listen to Cam. Nothing at all bad to say about Cam at all. Jennifer says, just watch all the YouTube videos from start to finish. Like, yeah, like watch all the YouTube videos. I mean, y'all, there's been so many people see what they don't like. I'll tell you what they don't like. This is what they don't like. They don't like monetizing a skill set. They don't like it. They don't like monetizing it. They don't like the fact that somebody sells something. And that's what the free, like I give away free value in the YouTube videos. Like obviously I sell products. I mean, duh. I mean, and what's shocking to me is where it's where people think that you should just give away value for free. If that's the case with the same logic, y'all, I want everyone who is in a group like this. I want everyone who's running a business or whatever the case may be, stop charging people. Okay. Don't charge anybody anymore. Go out and paint for free. Oh, by the way, I paint parking lots for free. I do it all the time still. But with that being said, like the issue is monetization of a skill set. People just don't like that you sell things. But what's the difference between me selling something and then they selling something? I mean, if they both produce a result, y'all, I mean, like people who go through our training programs, I get messages every day of like people sending me massive gnarly jobs, people quitting their jobs. Every single day I get text messages of testimonials from people who've went through our training programs. So like, what's the difference between me selling something and then people going out in a parking lot selling a parking lot to a customer? It's literally no different. You know, so I don't understand people's logic sometimes. And Jennifer's like, just watch the video. Like Jennifer's never bought anything from me. And like, I don't mind talking to people a lot. I don't mind talking to people and trying to help. But like, you realize like really quickly, like this person's never going to become a customer of mine. And I'm wasting hours on the phone, like every month having, back and forth dialogue. So like, she's right. Just watch all the YouTube videos from start to finish. Don't buy anything. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if people buy things or not. People call me all the time. They're like, hey, I just, I want to buy a training and I'm wondering if I should buy yours or if I should buy Billy's. You know what my response is? Go buy Billy's. Go buy Billy's training. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? It's not something that I worry about. It's not a big deal. So, yeah, just watch all the videos from start to finish, as Jennifer's saying. There's been people who's just watched my YouTube videos, not taking a single product, They've quit their job and they make more money now working for themselves just by taking the free content that I give away and implementing it into their business. Don't buy anything. Just watch it. The videos for free. I give away free videos and free value all the time in the videos of what is actually working for me. That's what I do it for. Let's keep going. None of the above. Go to a show. That's right. None of the above. Go to a show. Take Jim Panzenhagen's class and learn from the pros. Yes, Jim's a great guy. Jim's a great guy. I'll call Jim and I'll try to ask him for value. You know what let me say this. You know what I don't do? I don't call other people who have a skill set and then expect something for free. Like, I guarantee you this, one thing that Jim, like, if you ever talk to Jim, I can guarantee you this. Every time I've hopped on the phone with him and said, hey, I need some help, I've paid Jim like money for just quick conversations. I mean, I've hopped on, hey, I don't want it for free. I want to pay for it, and Venmo'd him money. And so what I'm saying is like, bro, I'm just not one of these freeloader people, bro, that just, it's not like, I don't have a government mentality where I want everything for free. I just don't. I just don't. Like, that's just not me. So, Jim's a great guy. I mean, Jim is a really good guy. I mean, I appreciate him a lot. Do we see eye to eye with everything? No. But Jim's always been respectful for me. You know what I mean? I've never had any negative experiences with people in the industry. I really haven't. Everybody's been really, really cool. And I'm really cool to them. I don't, you know what I mean? I really don't. I don't have any negative experiences, and I don't want to have any negative experiences as well. Like, let me say that, like, I don't go looking for negative things. It's just like, I don't know why people are so negative all the time. He said, the two you mentioned in your post are not the direction to look for solid info. They did good at selling an image on YouTube, and they make this seem like an easy business to get rich quick. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. If I have a phone conversation with anybody, I tell them that now, if they're working with me now, right? If they replicate the process, I tell them verbatim what comes out of my mouth. It is not get rich quick. It will take me a year. If you follow the information that I'm telling you, it will take a year. I mean, we're talking like dialed in, focused, grinding. It will take you a year to really get up and started where you're getting organic traffic. Verbatim, that's what I say. I never say that it's get rich quick. I never say that. So this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. One's a pressure washer and the other one started with buckets and rollers. Well, I'm not a pressure washer, so he's got to be talking about me with buckets and rollers. I didn't start with buckets and rollers. I've documented see, here's the thing with me. I've documented from the moment that I've started to where we're at now. So like, you can go through and look at my videos, and I've been totally transparent with everybody ever since I've started. There's not a false persona. I don't fake my results. I don't fake our testimonials. I just don't fake our results. I don't have to, right? Like, I don't have to. So I didn't start with a bucket and a roller. I started with a Titan 3500, working just me, paying people to help me occasionally. So whatever. So he says, most of what they're teaching you can be found researching on the net. Go to a trade show, network with vendors and peers, and you will learn way more than anything that they can sell you online. I mean, a part of that's kind of true. I mean, you can network with people and then be a freeloader. Like, yeah, that's true. Like, obviously, like, you can network with people. And then, and by all means, here you go. I'll say it again. Go to Payvex this year. A lot of great people are at Payvex. I can't wait to see everybody. But what I'm saying is, yeah, you can learn a lot from them. But if you're a freeloader, you'll call people up and say, hey, I want you to help me. And it doesn't cost anything. Like, I don't have an EBT mindset. Like, I don't have a food stamp mentality that, like, I don't sit around and look for handouts. I mean, you know what I mean? I get it. Like, even whenever I was working a lot and worked all my jobs and worked full time, I know I'm losing people too. I see people hopping off. It is what it is. I don't have a food stamp mentality where like here's the first of the month. I know my food stamp card's going to be loaded back up, so it's not going to cost me anything, so it's not a big deal. But if people are hitting your taxes, if people are hitting your taxes and you're paying crazy amounts of taxes and you're paying people to work for you and you're paying for supplies and you know what I mean, like, and what I'm trying to tell us is like my mentality is I want it to cost me. I don't want to. I'm not a freeloader. I don't expect everybody to hand me something for free. So yeah, can you go and network at events and like there's a lot of great people that'll pull up on you and that'll teach you for free, and that's true. And I teach some people for free. A guy's coming out for free for in-person training next month. And sometimes I do it for free. Sometimes I charge them. So if you hop on the phone trying to play me, you're probably going to get charged. If you're honest and you don't try to act like, nothing crazy, you know what I mean? Like you might get a good deal. So then he says, don't buy a franchise. Highly agree with that. Don't buy a franchise. And this is what I tell people who hop on with franchises. Like I can teach somebody how to do this and then own 100% of their business and they don't have to give me an arm and a leg. Like I tell people that all the time because I really can, because I've replicated the process, not only with myself, but with other people. All right. Anyways, so he says, attend PAVEX in the winter. That's true. You should attend PAVEX in the winter. And I'm going to be there and other people are going to be there. And I hope that whenever we see each other, it'll be a nice, interaction. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I'm not, And then here's Jim. So he says, go to PAVEX in February, attend the striping classes. Like when you go to PAVEX in February, I'm just going to tell you, like when you go to PAVEX in February, you paying for those striping classes, like it's not like in-person training. Like when people come out for in-person training, like it's 3 days. They're, you know what I mean? But you're being in a 45-minute class in PAVEX, you're not going to really learn that much. You're just not. I mean, is it good to go to? Yeah, of course, but you're just not really going to learn that much. Then he says, I believe there are 5 of them. Billy has a very old style, easy of doing it. Chris has a decent class online, but you have to realize these guys only do small jobs. Yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily small jobs. I mean, we do medium jobs. And then he says, throw 1,000 car lot at them. Most of them will be lost. That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true, Jim, because the wonderful thing about a 1,000 car lot is if you're intelligent, you leverage other people's skill sets for them, and then you compensate them what they're worth, right? So like, let's just say hypothetically, I do a 1,000 car lot, right? Or a 1,000 line lot, whatever the case may be. Then whenever I do that, see, you pay people for their skill sets. So if you're not able to do it, you pay other people to do it for you. I mean, it's just, but we do I say we do about medium lots, but I wouldn't be lost if I did a 1,000 line lot. I mean, I really wouldn't. And if I couldn't do it, I would just pay someone else that had more experience than me to do it. I mean, there's no shame in that. And I'll say this before I move on. Small to medium lots. That is true. Yeah, that is true. We do small to medium lots. But the wonderful thing about it is we make it up in volume. So like we just hired another full-time guy. I've got 2 full-time field guys right now. Like say whatever people want to say about me, medium lots, small lots, like it doesn't matter if you're striping massive lots. I sit in the office. I only go out if I desperately have to, if something is too complicated for them to do it. Like this morning, we're striping a bunch of Raising Cane's, and there's a walkway that we're creating that's a little bit too complicated for everybody else to do it. But with basic new layouts and restripes, they can go do it. So I sit at my desk, and I can line, like the guys are seal coating right now at a property. We can line them up for the day, send them out with a striping trailer, send them out with a seal coating trailer, and I'm chilling at my desk. So like, do you really think, like, come on y'all for a second. Like, am I really tripping on whether or not I can stripe a line or a parking lot with 1,000 lines? I mean, are you serious? Like who's thinking about that? Like, why would I care about if I can stripe? I mean, I'll just holler at Marco if I can't do it, if it's something's too complicated for me. But like, I got guys who are working in the field. I got 2 full-time field guys. I have a full-time sales guy that sits right there across from me. So I've got 2 guys that work in the field. I've got a full-time sales guy that sits right there. and I just brought on a part-time administrative assistant on top of me. So I got 3 full-time guys, 1 part-time person, and me. So it's like, do y'all really, you know what I mean? Like, who's thinking about striping a 1,000 line job? It's like, bro, I'm chilling at my desk while we got workers that are out in the field working for me. You know what I mean? It's just, it's not a comparison. It's not the same. It's not the same. So it's like, yeah, I might not do lines that are parking lots that are 1,000 lines, but I don't have to because we make it up in volume. Anyway, so like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Tell, like, 9 of y'all are in here. Tell me in the comment section, would you rather be out in the field on a machine, locked in on a machine, working all the time? I mean, I really want to know this. There's 9 people in the live right now. A lot of people are hopping on. Some people are hopping off. Like, tell me in the comment section. I genuinely want to know your opinion, please. If you're hopping in the live, let me know in the comment section. What would you rather prefer? Would you rather prefer being in the field all the time, striping massive parking lots to say that, like, hey, I can do big parking lots and I know what I'm doing, all that stuff? Or would you rather do medium to small parking lots, make it up in volume, chill in your office while you got guys that go out in the field for you while you're chilling at your desk, still making money? I mean, please, like, honestly, let me know in the comment section. Would you rather be in the field? Some people would rather be in the field all the time, but it's like, I know we're not going to grow if I'm constantly out in the field painting. It's like, I don't know why people look at it as like some badge of honor. It's I can paint this and I can do this and I can, you know, I've been doing this for 20 years. It's like, bro, how y'all been doing it for 20 and 30 years and still work out in the field every day. And like, I've been doing it for 3 and I'm at my desk and we send crews out to go. So it's just not the same. It's not the same. It's just not the same comparison. Let me know in the comment section in the chat. Am I wrong? We're going to get later on in the live. So it's like, yeah, no, I mean, if there's a parking lot that's too complicated, y'all, I'm just going to pay someone else to do it for me. You know what I mean? Duh. But I really do like Jim. I really do respect him. And whenever I call Jim, I'm always offering him money because I'm not a freeloader. He says, this is truly one of those businesses, lifestyles where you get out of it what you put into it. If you go 110% and never let up, you will be successful over time. That is true. That is true. He says, do hot crack filling as well. For every $800 striping job, there's usually $2,000 or $3,000 crack filling jobs. Striping hours suck. Nights and weekends and holidays working for paving companies can be worse. Do I have $3,000 days? Yes, but not normally. I mean, we have $8,000 days. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not the same, bro. Like, it's not the same. You know what I mean? So I don't know what these people are tripping on. Like the other day, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Whoever Chris Welch says, whoever Chris Welch is, says the most talked about rookie y'all know, son. He's an idiot. You know, so I don't know. You know what I mean? This Chris guy might be kind of right. Whoever, you know what I mean? He might be kind of right. It seems like he is, whoever Chris, the striping guy is, whoever Chris Welch is, he says that he's the most talked about rookie. So, stirring up the pot. And then Rob Halford says, if you are a same-day stencils customer, we offer free training, crack fill, seal coat, and striping, 20-plus years experience, own H&H pavement markings. Send your crew to Central Texas or fly me to you. And I will say this, like in Rob's defense, Rob is a really, really cool guy. Rob is a cool guy. I have nothing negative to say about Rob except one thing. You know, he DM'd me not too long ago, tripping, bro. Like, and I know that he bombs my videos too. Like, I know that like they'll bomb my videos and hate on me in the comment section. And it's cool. It's not a big deal. Like, it's really not that bad. But when you're registered, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. And I'll just kind of leave it at that. So with that being said, Rob's a cool guy. It's just, we just don't see eye to eye on a couple things, and it just is what it is. And I won't necessarily go too far into that, but I went up with Rob. I spent some time with him. He called me, and it was all cool. He called me. He said, "Hey, you need to get some other stencils." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, blah, blah, blah." So I spent some time with Rob. Like, he really is a genuinely cool guy. Like, Rob is a great guy. There's just some things about him that that aren't really cool. You know what I mean? And I'm not down for the registry, if you know what I mean. So with that being said, that was all. I mean, it wasn't too bad. This one wasn't too bad. So I'll kind of back up out of this. Again, we're going to do a Q&A at the last part of the live. I'll get in the comment section and in the descriptions, and we'll kind of go from there. So here's another one. Joe says, I am curious of what y'all think of Chris the Striping Guy on YouTube for training other ideas. Ooh, 29 comments. This is going to be a good one. All righty. Let me see. He says, hi, Joe. I personally like him. He is how I got started around May this year. He is very informative. All right. Hey, look. Hey, that's good. And teaches you how to do stuff. In my head, some things he explains are just common sense, but for the technical aspects, etc., I think is great. I'm actually going to post this for the first time in the group about a little practice job at a friend's property, and I can tell you his teachings are very helpful. I mean, they are. Like, and again, y'all don't have to buy anything for me, and I really mean this, because I really like. I'm not hurting for money. I mean, promise you. But we do sell products, just like y'all sell parking lots. It's no different. But like, you can't, like, y'all, when you get as many testimonials, I have an entire page. If you go look at the in-person training page, you don't have to come out for in-person training, but just go look at that page. And I haven't updated it in a while, but, you know, we've got testimonials on there about people who experience results. So that's why I don't really care about what people say. Anyways, so I appreciate that, Jonathan Chavez. I appreciate that, bro. Not a hater. Not a hater. You know, I got a lot of haters, but it's okay. So he says, do you recall what you pay for the training? Was it worth the money? And Joe, let me say this. I don't give, people charge differently. If you see this, you're probably not going to see this, but if you do, it's not a big deal. But if I feel like someone's trying to play me, and I'm just being honest with you guys, like, here's behind the scenes. I'm not, no, YouTube persona. Like, I'm just being upfront with you. If I feel like someone's trying to play me on price and they're trying to, they're trying to play me, then I will, I'll charge them straight up. If someone's trying to play me, I will charge them as much as I possibly can. I'm just being upfront and transparent with you guys. But if someone calls me and they're like, hey, Chris, I really want to come out for the training. I don't have a lot of money. Like, if people are upfront and honest with me, bro, like, I'll work with people. I really will. So was it worth the money? Heck yeah, it was worth the money. A lot of the people who came out for in-person training are really successful. He said, in my opinion, it is worth it, but don't know how much it is. But I wouldn't say a number in case it went up or went down and could get in trouble. And again, John, I appreciate that, bro. Like, I appreciate the, I appreciate the insight. Cam says, are you talking about the technical training equipment? If you purchase Graco, I find them very intuitive, detailed equipment manuals and lots of training videos on YouTube. My experience starting my business was I didn't need hands-on training to start. Just went slow, studied the manual, and got some extra help from YouTube. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think Cam bought Billy's training. I mean, like, if you got started and like you got started in the industry, you probably bought Billy's training. Like, I don't know why people are ashamed to say that. Like, I don't understand why, you know what I mean? Like, people, like, they'll go through trainings and they'll experience success. And then when they get to the point of success, it's like they try to act like they didn't, like they did it all themselves. And I just kind of watched a couple videos, you know what I mean? And I just learned over time. And it's, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I think Cam took Billy's training. I took Billy's training. And we just made a better one. It just is what it is. I took Billy's training. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Cam took Billy's training. And again, Cam, if you see this, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I mean, didn't you take Billy's training? I could have swore I seen like an Asphalt Kingdom video one time where you were like, yeah, he said that you took Billy's training, but whatever. Never. I guess maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't do that. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Ashley Sanders says Chris is very nice. Another option is Cam Roberts. Another option is Cam Roberts. That is true. Cam's a good friend of mine, but this is I look up to to Jim and I look up to Cam, but like when it's report time, it's just, we just state the facts and, I kind of leave the biasness and, what I feel about them out of it. Cam has a great podcast and a program as well. We haven't utilized either program, but both have valuable content and both have been extremely kind and helpful. Cam Roberts says, Ashley Sanders, appreciate you. Let me see. He says, if you are anywhere near Michigan, we have a day class in the spring with Jim and I. Yeah, I mean, shoot. I mean, I'll go check it out. I don't mind paying. Like I literally don't mind paying. I think I might make a video titled Food Stamp Mentality. I honestly think that I might make a video about that. Like, people always wanting a handout, always wanting something for free, always wanting, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think I need to write that down. Food Stamp Mentality. I think I might make that video. All right. So here we go. Man, we're going long, but again, leave your comments in the comment section and I'm sure we're going to have some dummies. How about unpopular opinion? Two guys mentioned seem to be running small operations with somewhat lesser equipment. There must be someone who is running a few crews and using modern techniques and technology. Hang on, my guys. I gotta make a phone call real quick because I got my guy texting me. Don't hop off the live. We're still on it. Let me see if he answers. Hello? Are y'all still out there sealing? Huh? Are y'all still out there seal coating? Yeah, we're about to edge right now. Okay. Do you have, if you need some money, swing by here at the shop. You gonna be there? I mean, either you can swing by here or you can just meet me at the house if you need some cash. I mean, I gotta come get my truck. Well, yeah, I know I'm at the office right now, but I mean, I'm fixing to leave here in about 30 minutes. Okay, so you got enough gas to just be here tomorrow? Maybe, yeah, probably. You got Cash App? No. Yeah, bro, you're going to have to just run by the house when you get off work tonight. Your house? Yeah, come by my house. What time are y'all going to be done? 10 o'clock? Man, what time is it? It's only 5:30. No, hopefully, I don't know. Okay, when y'all get done spraying that parking lot, then just let me know. Y'all still have that north side, don't you? North side of what? Of that parking lot, going east-west, right? Yeah, we're doing north. I mean, okay. That's fine, bro. That's fine. If you need some cash, just holler at me. You're going to have to come to my house tonight if you don't have Cash App, all right? All right, just, I don't know where you live. I'll text you the address. Bye. Like that right there. You know what I mean? Like, do y'all really think that I care about striping massive, big, large, super parking lots to be like, I'm a pro and I'm striping? I got guys who are working for me right now while I'm goofing off making a YouTube live. Like, really? Come on. I mean, for real? Come on, man. Two guys seem to be running small operations with somewhat lesser equipment. There must be someone who is running a few crews and is using modern techniques and technology. Well, I will say this, Paul. I don't have a few crews. I've got one really solid full-time crew. You got me there. I've got one crew. And so I don't have multiple crews, but, maybe they can learn from you, I guess. I don't know. And by the way, like all these people who say these comments and who mention like comments like this and like, notice how they don't stack testimonials, right? I've got so many testimonials of people experiencing success that go through our programs. So, but forget about that. Like, we don't want to hear that. But, so no, I don't have multiple crews, a few crews. I've got one crew, and they're out seal coating right now while I'm sitting here chilling. So Brandon says his course is pretty good for someone getting started as he goes through the basics. That is true of the machines, as well as quoting and everything within his course. It's decent. I am a member. Yeah, it's decent. Like it's good enough to help people get started. And that's like, you're going to develop all your own little ins and outs. Like I said, it's a course to show you how to paint. The hard part's not painting. The hard part is painting every single day. So Tyler, he says, Chris is great with marketing and breaking things down in a business sense, but I've also wondered who is the best class for actual striping training. Probably Jim Panzenhagen, without a doubt, or Chad Young. you know, y'all already know when we're reporting news, you know, we ain't fixing to lie. I mean, yeah, you know, the in-person training's perfect, but it's good. But yeah, if you're wanting whoever the best is, you're probably wanting Chad Young or Jim Panzenhagen. Now, and after you learn how to paint, like after you learn how to stripe, and you want to learn how to stripe every single day, then come back and then watch my videos and then take notes after you learn how to stripe. Because it's a fact. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Here it is right here. Jim is the best. I will also add that Chris is a great guy in general. He puts his cell number out there for anyone to hit him up and ask questions. He has given me fantastic free advice and hasn't asked for anything in return. I'm strictly referring to technique, best practices, and maintenance. That stuff isn't always free game. I like that. Tyler, you're not a freeloader. Appreciate that. If you call somebody, look, and for those of you that are watching this video, if you call someone and you want their help, don't expect them to do it for free. And then if they don't do it for free, don't get mad at them. But he says, Russell says, Tyler Davidson, Kenny Roderick is the best, hands down. Good. I mean, I'm great. I'm glad that, you know, Kenny's the best. By the way, I don't care about being the best. I'm just telling you, I really don't care about being the best. He says, is there a course in the Houston area anyone is aware of? Brooke Schrock says he's fantastic. The training is totally worth it. Brooke, you know, we appreciate you. You know, I appreciate it. Steve says, I like Chris. I took his training and found it very helpful. I look forward to his hands-on training in the spring. Heck yeah, Steve. I appreciate that. You know, holler at me, bro. You got my number. Holler at me. Let's see. And you got to love it too. Whenever someone asks a question, everybody posts their products and stuff like that. Y'all, if y'all ever go to any post, and this should show y'all something that I really don't care about selling products necessarily. I mean, I don't mind selling stuff, but it's not the main source of income for me. But I do make a decent living selling products on the internet. But if you go to these striping groups, or even like someone talks about stencils, you'll see 15 different people. You know, buy from us. We're on a special. Every time someone talks about Chris, do I ever post in the striping groups my content or buying products or anything like that? Never. I never post in the groups. Everybody always posts about me. So Billy Davidson, let's go back to the comments. Billy Davidson Painting and Striping has a course. Billy Davidson for training, and whoever Chris Welch is, cranking out absolute bangers. You know, Chris cranks out absolute bangers. You know what I mean? He says he's an idiot. Don't listen to a word that he says. I would take that advice. If you're watching the live, take the advice. Chris isn't, the striping guy is an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Take that advice. And you know what? Come holler at me when you've been doing it for 20 years and it's you and one other guy and I've been doing it for 20 years and I'm the best and nobody's better than me. You know what I mean? And so anyways, what I'm trying to tell us is, you know, come holler at me later on. So Cam Roberts says that beard though, that's true. Chris the striping guy does have a good beard, but you know, then Micaiah says, if anyone needing help, just hit me up. That's good. I'm glad that there are people out there like that. And then JD Rustic, call JD. Well, y'all, so that is the latest news on you know, on the parking lot striping goodness. I will say this. Sorry about that. And all right, so now we're going to go in the Q&A section. If anybody else has any questions or anything like that, just put them in the chat, and we're fixing to go through people's comments. I know that there's going to be people in here who, you know, say crazy things. Terry says, what's up, Chris? What's up, bro? I appreciate you for catching the live. Thank you. Thanks for catching the live. If you're just hopping in or you're going to hop in later, go back and rewatch the video and then let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you're a hater, please comment on the videos. Please let me know how horrible I am and how bad the videos are and stuff like that. It really does help me know better about what you guys think about me. All right. Says, hey Chris, late to the stream. Nah, bro, I think you were on just right in time. No big deal. Wanted to know if your Discord is still up. I am looking for an invite as possible. Yeah, bro, text me if you want to invite to the Discord. Just text me. I mean, it's yeah, I'll give it away. Joseph Ross and everyone that talks that way are just doing that talking. As someone that has been there and met you, I was apprehensive at first, but after meeting you and working with you, I found that you are a man of good character and you were living the American dream. Let them talk differently if they actually meet you. And that's what I say all the time, y'all. Like, I say that all the time. I don't know. I think it's just, it's got to be the internet stuff, because I really don't try to be negative. I really don't try to have negative experiences with people. You know what I mean? I really try to make sure that people have good experiences, and I never want people to have a negative experience with me. I really do. I really do want to, provide people with a really good experience. I seen this today on the Facebook group. That's true. I'm glad you seen it. But anyways, Raul Rodriguez, shut up. Raul says, no one scared of you, big dog. I wouldn't be scared of me either. In fact, Raul, what I would be afraid of is your grammar, that you're not able to articulate with proper English how you feel. That's what I would be afraid of, but that's besides the point. I wouldn't be afraid of. I don't want anybody to be afraid of me, Raul. Okay. It says, cheers from Cancun, Mexico. I'm starting my business here. Thank you for all your videos. I hope that your business explodes and that you have a phenomenal year. We're having a great year, and the Lord's been real, real good to us. Malcolm says, I've done Billy's course and Chris's. I took Billy's first, but Chris's training filled some of the questions I still had. It was worth the money to get me more details behind the scenes. Yeah, it's worth it. It's $250. It's $250, y'all. $250. I mean, if you can't afford $250, I mean, there's more things going on. I mean, like here's the thing. At the office, y'all can't see it, but hang on. Let me see if I can take a picture and then show you. My floor is dirty. The cleaning lady hasn't came yet. All right. So there's the floor, there's the office, there's the door. And I called somebody on Facebook to get my, there's a stencil right there. To get my, I called somebody to get my windows tinted, and it was $150. And dude was tripping on a $75 deposit on a $150 job. He was tripping. He was like, I gotta have $75. I gotta have half down. I'm not gonna be able to come. And I was like, bro, just relax. It's cool. It's fine. I'll just call someone else to do it. And he's tripping, sending all sorts of. Anyways, if you're tripping on 150, bro, you got more problems than that. And the training materials that we give away are so cheap. They're so cheap. Anyways, so yeah. He says, I need info with pricing jobs. Yeah, Javon, we all do, bro. I mean, we all need info with pricing jobs. I mean, that's true. Go watch the free videos that I give away for free. But it's stuff like that. Like, it's stuff, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Just, that's what I need. Give me what I need. And you know what I mean? No, it don't work like that. And you call me one at in-person training, it's stuff like that gets you go get charged. Line striping is easy. Running a business and marketing, it can be the difficult part. And that's true. That is 100% true. And I say it every day. And I know I need to make a video. Striping isn't hard. Striping every day is the hard part. That's what I'm going to do. Striping isn't hard. I'm going to make it. I'm getting videos of all kind of stuff. Here we go. All right. So he says, Joseph says, when's the Payvex show and where? It's in, where is it this year? It is in Louisiana, I think. Not Baton Rouge, but New Orleans, I think. But I hope to see everybody there. And y'all don't, come up to me and say hi and let's go out to eat or something. Don't come up to me acting crazy. You know what I mean? Oh, he said, never mind, I saw it. All right. Joseph says, I'd rather be in the field personally, but I also want to make sure that I have an office manager. That is good. You know, I have a lady that runs my books now. And Seth's desk is right there. And then the guys are out seal coating right now. But y'all, when I started, you got to understand where I came from. You know what I mean? You got to understand where I came, bro. I came from having nothing, and we're still growing. But when you come from having nothing, and after a couple of years, now I got guys that take the equipment and I go do it when I'm not there. I mean, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Who cares if you've been doing it for 20 years? I've been doing it for 3, and you know, and I don't have to go work out in the field every single day. I can sit in the office and try to grow. All righty. But he says, I would like to be in the office from time to time. Yeah, I mean, I still go out and stripe. I went out and striped this morning. I mean, I woke up at 3:50, drove to the office, went and striped to Raising Cane's, got out of my striping clothes, put on my office clothes, and then sat here at my desk. He says, I would rather be doing what you're doing, but this is my first year, so I know it'll take some time. Yeah, all it takes is, bro, it just takes a couple years. It just takes a couple years. That's it. So just keep going, bro. I remember whenever I was going, and everybody's going to laugh at you. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to talk about you. The people that you know in life aren't going to believe in you. Everybody's going to make fun of you. They're going to go, oh, yeah, you know, hopefully you can do good and paint a couple of parking lots, the little old thing that you got going on. You know, I talked to somebody today, or no, not today, yesterday at church. And this is, again, here it is again. I'm going to say this again. I really don't talk about this kind of stuff, but since Chris is such an idiot and he's so... You know, since Chris is such an idiot and he doesn't really help people, and he doesn't, you know, there's someone at church who he came up to me. He said, hey, I want to make more money. I said, okay, what, you know, he's like, I'd like to start striping. And he's honest. He's sincere. He's not trying to play me. He's not trying to call me and go, man, you know, I really ain't got nothing. And got a bunch of money in his bank account. So I said, you know what? I said, let me make you a deal. I'll give you the training for free. I've got a single axle trailer, the one that I started with, and I got a Titan 3500. Come pick up the trailer, come pick up the Titan, and I'll give you the training for free. Bring me back my stuff at the end of the season. You got 2 months. Go make something happen. Boom, son. And you know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, but see, y'all don't know all that kind of stuff. Y'all don't, you know what I mean? Y'all just see the internet stuff and I make videos. Like, come on, y'all, for real. All right, here we go. He says, I would rather be doing what you're doing, but this is my first year. Okay. Oh, I still had to say this. Hang on. I started getting off on a rant. That guy came up to me and he said, you know, my wife is laughing at me. My wife is making fun of me or laughing. You know what I mean? And I told him, I said, bro, everybody's going to laugh at you at first. I still have people that laugh at me. And like the same people who laughed at me, the same people who laughed at me whenever I was first getting started, now they see that it's working, and now they see what's happening, and you know now they see it. And sometimes people are going to doubt you, but you can't focus on what everybody else does and their perception of you and what it is. And you just have to understand that people are going to come and go in your life. I mean, people are going to come, they're going to stay there for a small season, a small window. They're going to stay. And then afterwards, they're going to go. And you have to realize that, you know, everybody's not permanent. Everybody's not the same. Everybody's not permanent. People are going to be there with your life for a short period of time. And those same people that were there with you, you know, they were there. They're dedicated. They're locked in. They're where are they at? And so I wouldn't focus too much on you know, what people say and what people think and stuff like that. And people are going to laugh at you at first. No big deal. All righty, here we go. We're almost done. If y'all got some comments, leave them up in the comment section. Look, I can see how many people hopped in, and man, whenever I started talking about that food stamp mentality, so many people hopped off. Y'all got offended, didn't y'all? Y'all got offended. All right, here we go. I got to be back here early in the morning to come and chill at the desk. You know what I mean? But let me hurry up and you know, get done with these comments. You know, we got twinkle, twinkle, little star going on. You know what I mean? So let me see. I appreciate this, James. Look, he says, love that you stay true to you and to the Lord. And I'll say this, like, you guys, you guys don't know me. Like a lot of y'all might just know me from the internet, but this is true. I don't know if James really knows what I do, but I take what I get from here and striping and our business. I don't I don't take what we get and then just keep it up for myself. I put it back into the people that do this with me. So, and I really do utilize what we do for the Lord and for his benefit. He says, I'm still here and I've learned a lot from you. And I also went down with Rob. He's pretty awesome too, getting some hands-on and helped me get on some stems. So that's cool. That's true. Like I said, bro, Rob is a great guy. I mean, I have nothing, Rob hopped in my DMs tripping over, I was spraying his stencils. I was spraying his stencils on a Stencil Plus video, and he hopped in my DMs like tripping, bro, like getting mad at me for just crazy stuff. He didn't ask me to make content for him. You know what I mean? He Stencil Plus was paying me though. Like they were, I mean, if people are paying you $150 a short and paying you $3,000 a month to post on their page, well, what are you going to do? You think that I'm going to just work for free because you gave me a stencil kit that I've sprayed on my videos? I mean, I was another company that's a very well-known company in the industry is paying me $3,000 a month to post already made reels on their social media content. But anyways, Rob's a great guy. He really is. Rob is a great guy. It's just, I mean, it just is what it is. And I'm not going to air out Rob's business. You know what I mean? It's just, there's just something like there's some things that I just can't get down with, y'all, just straight up. There's some things that I can't get down with. I can't support. I can't be a partaker of. It just is what it is. I mean, you know what I mean? And, I can't bring people on my platform and anyway, I'm not going to air Rob's business out there like that on the internet. But I'm going to tell you this, Rob's a great guy. It's just, there's some things that him and I don't see eye to eye on, but, I wish that he would, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Rob's a great guy. It's just, I wish he wouldn't have came at me like that. Joseph said, Chris is a pretty good guy to go get the training from. I have a few years of line striping experience and went to his course earlier this year. I found although he lacks the years of experience, he's very knowledgeable in the field and he's always willing to help and learn more and work with others. That's true. And let me say this. I don't watch a lot of football, but think about it in terms of football. You got a quarterback who's, he's really, really slow, but he's got a gunslinger. I mean, but he's really, really slow. He can't run fast, but he can throw that ball. Well, if I got a quarterback on the team who can scramble, he can run fast, he can throw all the above, but he's kind of balanced. I mean, I'm going to take the quarterback that's balanced every single time. It just is what it is. So yeah, no, bro, I don't ever claim to be the best. And you know what I mean? My perception, y'all's perception, people who are going to watch this, not the people that are cool and, but y'all that are going to watch this, your perception of a pro and my perception of a pro are two totally different things. Your perception of a pro is someone who's out there in the field working day and night, who's really, really good at striping patterns and layouts and complicated things. Like all that's cool. That's y'all's definition. My definition of a pro is not like that. My definition of a pro is not always having to be out in that field and having other people work for me. So our definitions of what a pro is are two totally different things. I want to work on the business and not necessarily work in the business, though I don't mind going out to stripe. It's just, I'm not trying to be locked in the field all the time. And I think that's the disconnect. I think that's the disconnect right there. Okay, we're almost done with the comments. Louisa, Mom and Bear, my husband and I want to take striping courses really bad, but we live in Florida. Do you know anyone who has classes in Florida? Heck, yeah, I know who has classes in Florida. If you got my number, text my number. I'll connect you with somebody that's in Florida, Miss Mama Bear. But yeah, just text me. She says, we live in Florida. Any Florida courses in Florida? Yes, I've got a really good friend of mine, Mario from Radiant Striping. He's in Florida. Mario's a guy. I don't even think he bought one of our programs. I don't think Mario bought one of our programs, but I think his first year he did 100K just from watching the free videos that I give away. So, anyways, y'all, that's all. Oh, James says, hopefully one day we can have dinner together. Yeah, bro, no doubt. I mean, I hope we can. Yeah, holler at me. With that being said, y'all, let me say this as I'm closing out the live. People are going to say negative things about you, and they're going to say negative things. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to make fun of you. But ultimately, like everybody who is in those comments, well, let me say this. I don't know. That'd be pretty difficult. But I can't name, and this is something, and then if I stand corrected, any of y'all who's been on the stream the entire time, I stand corrected, let me know. It is undeniably clear that I get testimonials almost every single day from people texting me saying, hey, I took your training and I make this in my full-time job, and this is what I make now, and I quit my full-time job, and I bought your training course, and I sold a $4,000 job. I don't know of any other person. Everybody talks bad about Billy Davison too. But let's be clear about something, y'all. For people who sell products and trainings, these same people who are like, yeah, they're, we don't know, and they talk bad about people and they talk negative things, and they talk bad about people. Bro, y'all can't pull up my testimonials that I got. Y'all can't pull up the people that are landing gnarly jobs because the video trainings that they got, the in-person training that they come with. And that's something, that's the results you can't take away. It doesn't matter what anybody says in the comment section of a parking lot striping Facebook group. You cannot fake the result. You can't fake the testimonials that the people holler at me with every day who went through our trainings. You can't do that. So it doesn't matter. And this is the closing of it. And man, I'm getting all kind of video ideas. It doesn't matter if you've been doing it for 20 years, if you've been doing it for 20 years or 2 years, does not matter. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing it, because I don't have to be the best guy at striping. Let me be clear to everybody who's watching this. I don't even know if a lot of people are going to finish this, and probably not. You're going to click off and it doesn't matter. But let me say this, that it doesn't matter if you've been doing it for 20 years. I know people who've been doing it for 20 years. They are way better than at striping than me. Hands down, way better than me. Not going to lie. I don't care if people compete. Man, I'm a better striper than you. I don't have to do it. I don't have to compete with people. I really, really don't. I really don't. I don't care. I don't have to compete. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, a lot of people who might run me down in the comment section of Facebook videos, they work for somebody else. They're in the field all the time. You read that one guy's comment, the late nights, the long nights, and telling my family one more minute and one more minute and one more. I don't have to tell my family one more minute, one more minute, one more minute, one more minute. How about that? So really at the end of the day, who's winning? They had to talk about yours truly. And, if you can, anybody in the comment section, hey, give me more content. Hop up in the comment section if you're a hater and you're watching this video. The haters can't make it all the way to the very, very end like y'all, because y'all are the real ones. But anyways, y'all, with that being said, don't worry about it. People are going to say bad things about you. They say bad things about me. Hit me up. Send me a text message. Come out for in-person training. Buy our products. Buy all of our stuff. And hopefully about 3 years from now, your wrist will be iced out. Hope everyone has a great night. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell icon. And I'll see you in the next video.